Eric Perrodin has become mayor of Compton, and his only objective was bringing the disbanded Compton Police Department back and terminate the Los Angeles Sheriff contract that was brought to Compton by the Omar Bradley administration. Eric Perrodin and the 4 council members had been overpaying themselves by receiving checks from the city to sit in on the different commission meetings that was only held from 5 to 10 minutes. With the mismanagement of funds and disarray of responsibility to be held as elected officials, Compton found itself in a $42 million deficit. The previous administrations were not capable of appropriating the funds properly and severely damaged the general fund. Walter Tucker Jr., Omar Bradley, and Perrodin administrations did not have competent city controllers, and the books were not reconciled. Therefore, a lot of cash flow went unaccounted for and mismanaged for over 35 years. For decades, Compton had lacked proper work procedure, and the control mechanism falls on the city manager and Compton City Council members. For over 35 years, Compton's cash flow is handled by too many employees, and the control mechanism for cash flow is inadequate. But all the thieves in the previous administrations prior to 2013 had known that was the easiest and undetected way to get their hands on quick cash. By 2013, the mayor's seat was up for grabs, and Compton had Perrodin as the incumbent and 2 other major candidates in the race. And it was ex-mayor Omar Bradley and a young USC graduate, Asia Brown. The election had become groundbreaking because Asia Brown would succeed Omar Bradley and Perrodin in the election. Jana and Sacha Zurita supported Brown against their own cousin, Omar Bradley, thinking they would be able to control her, as she became Compton's youngest mayor at the age of 31 years old. Jana and Sacha Zurita supported Asia Brown because the alliance with their cousin Omar had fallen apart due to the fact that Omar had applied to be superintendent over at Compton Unified School District, which Sacha Zurita had control over. Sacha had denied his application, and Omar wanted to become city manager during the Perrodin administration, and Jana blocked those efforts. Jana and Sacha knew if they let Omar Bradley into office, he would eventually learn how to gain control, and the 2 sisters had already acquired power in City Hall and the Compton Unified School District. And letting Omar have a voice again would eventually make the 2 sisters lose the little power they had over in Compton. Taking seat in office, Asia Brown came in with a $42 million deficit and a host of incompetent staff. Compton has gone through a number of city controllers and city managers since 2013. Compton has paid several city managers who were fired, but still under contract. Mayor Asia Brown had a vision for Compton and knew what Compton needed to get Compton out of a $42 million deficit and a 12-point plan. Mayor Brown and Jana Zurita would eventually have different point of views, because the vision that Mayor Brown had for Compton wasn't the same vision Jana and Sacha Zurita had for Compton. In 2013, Compton had acquired many potholes of the lack of public services and investment by the Perrodin administration. Asia Brown introduced Measure P in 2014 to repair our infrastructure, improve our parks, and address our city finances. Jana Zurita voted against putting Measure P on the ballot in order to give the school district time to pass Measure S, a $350 million bond to build 1 high school, which also increased Compton's property taxes. This was the perfect opportunity for Jana and Sacha Zurita to launch their attack on the new Compton city mayor to distract residents, because Measure S would increase property taxes in Compton, and the citizens wouldn't be able to afford to pay for the increase in taxes, which may result in homeowners losing their homes. After Measure P was passed, which brought Compton's sales tax rate to 10%, just as Paramount, Long Beach, Carson, and other surrounding cities, who all increased their taxes to pay for roads as well. But Measure P was the only solution, an option that Compton had to repair our broken infrastructure. Jana and Satcher Zurita learned how to raise a campaign against the mayor because they led the citizens to believe that Measure P wasn't good for the city of Compton. So while battling to get Measure P on the agenda to be voted on, the pothole problem continued to grow, and the citizens of Compton were not educated in the process of Compton city government, and the mayor was the blame for the potholes not being fixed or streets being repaired. Measure P would soon be on the agenda and get back on the ballot to be voted on, and Measure P had come into life. Once Measure P came into life, a Compton resident complained that the votes were fraud and contested Measure P and filed a lawsuit against the city of Compton. The city council would not vote yes on spending the accumulated funds that Measure P had created. The voting bloc that Jana Zurita has would vote no on spending Measure P funds since January 2017, when the funds finally began flowing into the city. Jana and Satcher Zurita had discovered this was the best tactic to battle Mayor Asia Brown from moving Compton forward with her 12-point plan. The Zurita sisters had to come up with a plan fast so that they could remain in power in Compton City Hall. The 2017 election was coming up, and the Zurita sisters only had one option: to be able to restore power. And that was to realign their alliance with their cousin, Omar Bradley, and let their family feud come to an end in order to regain power for the Bradley-Zurita crime family. 2017 election would be the most critical election for the crime family because the citizens of Compton were beginning to become alarmed that Jana Zurita is incompetent to seat on the council for the 1st District. Jana Zurita's behavior had become very disrespectful.
Again, I'm the presiding officer. I want to ask you, Councilwoman Zurita, your age is right now. He spoke and he was in the middle of deliberating, and we're going to just proceed forward.
He's not going to sit here and talk about what I do in my past. It's none of his business what I do.
I didn't hear that
It's not for him to discuss me on this floor. Now, nobody's going to do anything.
Company, what do you want from me and my scars? Everybody lack confident. Everybody lack confident. How many times my potential was anonymous? How many times the city making me
Zurita, please stop doing this. I'm fine with the conversation that we do with it and the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
The comments for the ladies are all, they're harmless, they come in all the time. You better take that shit serious. And to be threatened here, and I said that, I didn't slip and say that, I said that because I'm serious about this. And it was so serious because it even the live feed caught the threat. And then you have somebody in charge to apologize. But I'm not sure if I can accept that apology because that was not nice. And that was a threat, and that shows that you have no self-control. And people that have no self-control are very dangerous.
To sit here and attack me, No, you want to attack me, and you've been outlawed from Walmart.
Y el que no quiere escuchar lo que voy a hablar, pues que se tape los oídos.
Do we need a translator?
No, thank you. My name is Maria Villarreal. I live in Compton, and I do this all the time, so I do not need a translation.
But
Thank
I do.
you. I just translated for. My name is Maria Villarreal.
I'm sorry, Ms. Maria. I'm
Thank
just going
you.
to ask that we do not interrupt the speakers. If she is in need of a translator, she has asked in the past. She is able to translate. She comes up here regularly and speaks in Spanish and English. And I'm just going to ask that we respect one another and allow
Thank you.
her to speak.
Well, excuse
I
me, Madam
apologize.
Mayor.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Madam Mayor. I have a right to ask for a translator. We have a professional translator here, and if I cannot understand the speaker, I'm going to request a translator.
Please continue, ma'am.
We get our rates up right now. We need to fix up the potholes that But I've been calling you.
Nobody gonna come
But it's
in
been
your
like,
neighborhood and talk about they ain't no gangbanger or they ain't gonna respect the gangbanger. It's the same shit.
but it's me though. It's
It
me. I've been
doesn't
doing this for
matter.
3.
But
I was doing this
I
for
know.
like.
You ain't never talked to me about this. I don't know nothing
But I ain't
about
got, but it ain't got nothing to do with political. But I'm saying to you, I've been doing this on my
It
own,
is
man.
political
But
because it requires the vote of the city.
I'm thinking, what the fuck is this about? Never.
That's what you get for fucking
Never.
with Asia. That's
Look,
what
see,
you
that's
get.
the- but that's what they
that
think.
is
That's
what
not
it
true.
is. Her whole project. That's what
That she ain't got nothing to do with
that's
this.
what
She does
has
not
it.
have nothing to
And
do with this
when
project. I
I've been knowing
created
you
this.
longer than her or any of these people up here.
That is a
and
true
when
statement.
you start, when you
But
start,
see,
when
I
you
think-
start buddying up with her,
But
you
that ain't
start treating
true.
me fucked up. You did.
That ain't true. Petty politics. You be my friend and then you get some of this shit passed. Really?
Sometimes it ain't what you do, it's who you associate with, right? You know that better than me, Chico. You know that better than me. I wouldn't support that motherfucker to eat shit.